Friends, this is Praveen Kumar and I am today going to share with you some tips to find list of headings in academic reading. And here I have taken one test, that is reading passage 3 from the book Cambridge 8. This passage is from test 2, reading passage 3, and here I have chosen questions of list of headings. So let me read the first of headings. In this video I want to tell you that headings itself contains the answers. Means answers are hidden in the headings. We just have to explore the headings. Think deeply about any heading and then think about the possibilities of information that the passage will that the paragraph will contain, and then we match that paragraph with that list of heading. So first of all, let us see the list of headings. The first heading says the difficulties of talking about smells. Actually this passage is about smell. This is about the meaning and power of smell. Now I will try to show you that how quickly you can match the list of headings or headings with given paragraphs, and it doesn't take much time if you are or if we are very imaginative or creative enough. The first heading is the difficulties of talking about smells. So this heading tells us that the paragraph contains some problems, some difficulties or problems will be discussed in that paragraph, which tells us that it's quite difficult to talk or express ourselves about smells. We cannot talk much because there might be some problems. We are having some problems to talk about smells. Second is the role of smell in personal relationships. Personal relationships means family relationship between brother and sister, mother, son, and what is the role? What is the role played by the smell in these kind of relationships. Third is future studies into smell. This is quite easy to find out. This paragraph will have some information or some sentences that tell us that some researches will be done in the future, or there will be words like there will be tense like future, will, shall, or researchers, research, project, projections. Something like this would be there in this paragraph with which this heading will relate. Fourth one, relationship between brain and the nose. It's quite easy. You have to find some words related to nose, some words related to brain, and how this relationship is established. So the key words are brain and nose if this is a heading of any paragraph. Then the fifth one is interpretation of smells as a factor in defining groups. So interpretation, how can we understand smells and decide that how smells help us to identify different group of people or different group of societies or communities. How smell can help us, or how smells a deciding factor in distinguishing or defining or differentiating between the group of people. So sixth one is why our sense of smell is not appreciated. Appreciated means praised much or given importance or value. So this paragraph will tells us that the sense of smell is ignored or not given any importance by the people or by the societies. Smell is our superior sense. So this paragraph will tell us that smell is better than other senses like sense of touch, sense or feelings of seeing, speaking, tasting. So such comparisons will be there, and then ultimately this is proved that the smell is much better than them. The relationship between smell and feelings. So how smell and feelings, like feelings means emotions, sadness, happiness, or stress, such kind of feelings. How smell relates to such kind of emotions and feelings. So feelings, emotions, happiness, goodness, sadness, such kind of feelings would be there in that passage, or such kind of words would be there. Now we will try to find out our answers. So this is my first paragraph A. A survey conducted by Anthony at Montreal University asked participants. Let me tell you that you need not to read all these nouns in your mind. Just Anthony is enough. Asked participants to comment on how important smell was to them in their lives. It became apparent that smell can evoke strong emotional responses. So smell can evoke strong emotional responses. A scent associated with good experience can bring a rush of joy, while a foul odor or bad smell are one associated with bad memory. So bad memory or rush of joy, emotional responses. So our heading, that is how smell is establish the relationship with the feelings. So last one, number 8, the relationship between smell and feelings is our answer. This is for paragraph A. So what I did to find out exact answer, I just searched for the words that can express feelings, emotions. That is the only method or tip I applied here. Now I'm moving to paragraph B. Now the paragraph B, odors means smell, are also essential cues in social bonding. Social bonding means relationships. One respondent to the survey, means one person to the survey, believed that there is no true emotional bonding between bonding without touching and smelling a loved one. In fact, infants recognize the odors of their mothers. Infants mean babies can identify who is their mother from the smell of their mother after the birth, and adults can often identify their children or spouses by scent. So this paragraph tells us that how smell help us to identify our near and dear ones. So if you look at the heading number 2, the role of smell in personal relationships, so you can see that this is the clear answer for that, because our personal relationships are get stronger with smell, and we can identify our family members, brother, sister, mother from their smell. Now let's move to paragraph C. In spite of its importance to our emotional and sensory lives, smell is probably the most undervalued sense in many cultures. So this is most undervalued. Undervalued means which is not appreciated much, or the sense which is not praised much or not given much importance. So we have got our answer here. We need not to go further. So this heading number 6, look at why our sense of smell is not appreciated. Appreciated means praised or given importance or valued. So answer is here C. So let's read paragraph D. Smell, however, is highly elusive phenomena. Odors, unlike colors, for instance, cannot be named in many languages because this specific vocabulary simply does not exist. Here it says that we can express colors very easily in language because there are so many words to express the colors. But as far as smell is concerned, so every language has shortage of words. People cannot say that this smell is like this or this smell is like that. So they have to, there is a shortage of vocabulary. So it means that this paragraph is about the difficulties why people cannot express their feelings regarding smell. So here you can see the heading number 1, the difficulties of talking about smell. Means language problems. There is a shortage of words to express our talks related to smell because we don't have words. So this is related with paragraph D. Now let's read paragraph E. Most of the research on smell undertaken to date has been of physical scientific nature. Significant advances have been made in understanding of the biological and chemical nature of olfaction. Olfaction means a study of smell. But many fundamental questions have yet to be answered. So look at this line. This is very important. Many fundamental questions means there are still many questions which are not yet answered. So we have to do more researchers on this topic. Researchers have still to decide whether smell is one sense or two. So this paragraph is talking about research now, means future predictions regarding how progress will be done in the field of smell by the scientists by making more researchers. So this is something related to future. So answer number 3, heading number 3 is related to paragraph E. One good thing is about list of heading is that the heading that is related to future is easiest to find out. On most of in every exam or in every passage in the list of heading case, there is one question always related to future. And the paragraph F, smell is not simply biological, psychological phenomena. Smell is a cultural and hence it is a social and historical phenomenon. Smell is something related to culture. Orders are invested with cultural values. Smells that are considered to be offensive in some cultures may be perfectly acceptable in other cultures. It means the writer says over here that smell help us to identify different cultures. Some culture or some communities like certain kind of smells and they dislike other kind of smells, and vice versa. So communities likes and dislikes related to smells vary. Different smells can provide us with intimate and emotionally charged experiences, and the value that we attach to these experiences interiorized by members of the society in a deep personal way. Importantly, our commonly held feelings about smells can help distinguish us from the other cultures. So important thing, this line is important here. Our commonly had feelings about smell. What we feel about smells help us to distinguish us from other communities or other cultures. So what we can say here that the smell help us to form the groups. How one group of people are different from other group of people. And the heading number 5, the interpretation of smells as a factor in defining groups. So how we understand smells, it helps us to decide or define or differentiate among different group of people. So what does I mean to say by whole task is that when you read list of headings, try to interpret those headings or try to think deeply about those headings and make some prejudgments like what information can be there in the paragraph which I am going to search. So what most of the students do, they read the heading and they just go to the passage to find out which heading matches with which paragraph, but actually they get failed because they don't focus on information in the heading. Heading itself contains the answer, we have to think deeply. So I hope that what I try to say you get understanding of that. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that this video will be helping for you a lot. Bye bye.